Hello, dear students of English 3. Welcome to your session number 10 of this class. It is really important to get going to every single unit of the class because uh, we clarify our different doubts that we might have during these sessions. As you know, in every single session of the class, we have an introductory video that basically bring us general ideas about the different contents and activities that we're going to be up to for this session. So we're going to take a quick look at the introductory video for you to get a better and understandable idea about what we are going to be working for this session. Let's take a quick look at it. So for today's lessons, we're gonna be covering the simple past tense and English. Also, I'm gonna be explaining to you the usage of the simple past tense in English. Of course, this is related to grammar. We're gonna be having a discussion time. Also, you will have video tutorials. And then at the very end, I will be explaining to you the two evaluated exercises that you're gonna be doing according to this session. So in here, we have a quick snapshot. The top 8 leisure time activities in the United States. Number one, most of the American people used to read. And you know, reading is an important activity because it enhances the vocabulary in someone. I mean, the most you read, um, the better you improve. It means that once that you are very familiar with reading, you will have a different and varied vocabulary when you will be up to writing. Watching TV, it's another leisure activity for people in the United States. I mean, they used to spend time with their families in order to have a TV watch. Spending time with family, I will say it's one of the most important part when it comes to family. So as a top 8 activity, we have spending time with family. Playing sports, definitely playing sport is just an important activity for American people. However, they just love to practice. They just love to practice and they are very sportly people. Also going to the gym, that's another very good activity for them. Through the gyms, I mean, through different activities, they exercise their bodies, they stimulate their bodies. Also using the computer, that is a top A activity for sure because most of them they work with the computer, with the laptop. Go fishing will be like such as a hobby. People from the United States, they just love going fish as a hobby. And the last one, but not least important, they really enjoy going to the movies. Okay. So in here you have three very important questions. Which activities do you prefer according to your personal experiences? What other activities did you do in your free time? And what are your favorite leisure time activities? Okay, think about it and practice these questions. Also, you will have a track, you will have a conversation. Did you do anything else? You're gonna listen the conversation between Rick and Mac talking about what did they do in a special day. Okay, so we're gonna listen up the track and then you're going to practice.
Two, conversation. Did you do anything special? Part A, listen and practice.
So, what did you do last weekend, Meg?
Oh, I had a great time. I went to a karaoke bar and sang with some friends on Saturday.
How fun! Did you go to Lucky's?
No, we didn't. We went to that new place downtown. How about you? Did you go anywhere?
No, I didn't go anywhere all weekend. I just stayed home and studied for today's Spanish test.
Our test is today? I forgot about that.
Don't worry, you always get an A.
Thank you so much for listening this conversation. Now we're gonna be ahead, and I'm gonna be explaining to you the usage of the grammar tense simple past. As you know, in English we have the simple past tense. We use the simple past tense to express actions, events that happen. It means that that activity has an ending. It doesn't happen anymore. That is why we we name at the simple past. For the simple past, we have affirmative, negative, and interrogative statements, right? So we're just basically, we have irregular and regular verbs. So for regular verbs in English, we're just gonna add ed at the end. Verbs such as work, worked, invite, invited, study, studied, stop, stopped. We have the regular verbs and irregular verbs. They tend to change from its base form to the simple past. Do, did, try, drove, have, had, go, went, sing, sang, see, saw, spent, spent. And here we have some examples when it comes to interrogative. Did you work on Saturday? Yes, I did. I worked all day. No, I didn't. I didn't work at all. Did you go anywhere last weekend? Weekend? Yes, I did. I went to the movies. No, I didn't. I didn't go anywhere. What did Rick do on Saturday? He stayed home and studied for a test. How did Meg spend her weekend? She went to a karaoke bar and sang with some friends. Okay, so it's really important to take into consideration when it comes to simple past, we have regular and irregular verbs. I mean, regular verbs, they have ed at the end, and irregular verbs, they totally change from its base form, okay? And then we have the listening part. You can play this track, and then we'll have the grammar explanation for you in order to improve your knowledge according to this grammar tense that we have in English. Okay, so and here we have another information, another very important information for you to know. In this case, the simple past is a verb tense that is used to talk about things that happened or existed before now. Imagine someone asks what your brother John did while he was in town last weekend. An example will be John entered a hula hoop contest. Oh, he won the silver medal. The simple past tense, guys, shows that you are talking about something that has already happened, unlike the past continuous tense, which is used to talk about past events that happen over a period of time. The simple past tense emphasizes that the action is finished. John admired the way the light glinted off his silver medal. You can also use the simple past tense to talk about a past state of being, such as the way someone felt about something. This is often expressed with the simple past tense of the verb to be on an adjective, noun, or prepositional phrase. It means that when we talk about the simple past, we're not only focused on regular and irregular verb, also we take it as matter of fact of verb be for the simple past as a grammar tense. In this case, John was proud of his hula hoop victory. The content was the highlight of his week. How to formulate the simple past? It's very simple. For regular verbs, ed to the root form of the verb. I mean, in other words, the base form of the verb. Adjust or just d if the root form already ends in a e. Play, play, type, type. Listen, listened. Push, push, pushed. Laugh, laughed. The simple past tense of some irregular verb looks exactly like the root form. Put, put, cut, cut, set, set, coast, coast, hit, hit. For other irregular verbs, including the verb to be simple, the simple past forms are more erratic. See, so it means it tends to change from its base form to the past form. See, saw, build, built, go, went, do, did, rise, rose, am is are, was, were. Verb be and English is the regular verb. The good news is that the verbs in the simple past tense, except for the verb to be, don't need to agree in number with their subjects. John polished his medal. The other winner polished their medals too. How to make the simple past negative? Fortunately, there is a formula for making simple past verb negative, and it's the same for both regular and irregular verbs, except for verb be to be. The formula is the not root form of verb or its base form, and you can also use the contraction did instead of the not. John did not brag too much about his hula hoop skills. John's girlfriend didn't see the contest. For the verb to be, you don't need the auxiliary did. When the subject of the sentence is singular, use was, not or wasn't. When the subject is plural, use were or weren't. The third place winner was not as happy as John. The fourth place winner wasn't happy at all. The onlookers were not ready to leave after the contest ended. The contestants weren't ready to leave either. Okay. Also in here, we have the grammar explanation for verbs in past. Infinitive to ask, asked, did not ask, negative. To work, worked, did not work. To call, did not call. To use, used, did not use. Simple past irregular verbs. In this case, some verbs are irregular in the simple past. Here are the most common ones. To go. He went to a club last night. Did he go to the club last night? He didn't go to bed early last night. To give. He gave her a doll for her birthday. They didn't give John their new address. Did Barry give you my passport to con? My parents came to visit with me last July. We didn't come because it was raining. Did he come to your party last week? Common irregular verbs in the past tense. So in here we have the regular verbs. To be was were, was not, were not. To have, had, did not have. To do, did not do. To say, said, did not say. To get, got, did not get. To make, made, did not make. To go, went, did not go. To take, took, did not take. To see, saw, did not see. To come, came, did not come. So also in here we have a video tutorial for you to enhance your knowledge. Also, we have another video tutorial, English grammar for beginners, regular verbs, and past simple tense. Let's take a quick look at it.
Verb forms are created by adding E and D in the end of the verb. For example, want, wanted. He wanted to buy a new car. Call, called. She called him on the phone.
Hello.
For verbs ending in E, we add D in the end. For example, change, changed. He changed his clothes. For verbs ending in Y, first Y changes into I, and then we add E and D in the end. For example, try, tried. He tried really hard. Remember, when the verb ends in consonant plus vowel plus consonant, we double the last consonant and then we add ed in the end. For example, stop, stopped. The car stopped. If the last letter is X, we don't double the consonant. For example, fax, faxed. When the verb ends in a vowel plus Y does not turn into I. We simply add ed in the end. For example, stay, stayed. She stayed at home.
Okay, so that was a grammar explanation about the usage of verbs in the simple past. So in here you will have an evaluated exercise. You're gonna fill in the blank with the correct form and the simple past. This exercise goes for 3 points, okay? Also, you will have another conversation between, you're gonna listen a track and then you are going to practice this conversation between Celia and Don. Okay, so you will have them and you will have talking about the how was your vacation. So in here, you're gonna practice in this conversation that you will have different vocabulary related to it. And also we're gonna be having grammar focus and we're gonna have another conversation, a grammar focus past of verb be. As I told you, also verb be is a grammar tense, and we talk about past, so it means that it has a past form. And here we have interrogative statements when it comes to verb be, such as, for example, we can make interrogative, were you in Hawaii? Yes, I was. Was the weather okay? No, it wasn't. Were you and your cousin on vacation? Yes, we were. Were your parents there? No, they weren't. How long were you away? I was away for a week. How was your vacation? It was excellent. It means that when we're talking about negative, we have the contraction. Was not, wasn't. Were not, weren't. You gotta be careful when it comes to pronunciation. So you need to emphasize the letter T at the end of the contractions in wasn't and weren't, okay? The past tense of verb be, I mean, in English, so we have the affirmative, and for the affirmative, we just need a subject plus verb be was where, plus the complement. Example, I was tired this morning. You were very good. He was the best in his class. She was late for work. It was a sunny day. We were at home. You were on holiday. They were happy with their results. For a negative statement, you just need a subject plus verb be was not, were not, plus the complement. Example, I was not tired this morning. You were not crazy. He was not married. She was not famous. It was not hot yesterday. We were not invited. You were not at the party. They were not friends. Also, guys, and here we have contractions. We have the formal and we have the contracted form. I was not, I wasn't. You were, you weren't. He was not, he wasn't. She was not, she wasn't. It was not, it wasn't. We were not, we weren't. You were not, you weren't. They were not, they weren't. Also, you will have another video tutorial related to the usage of verb be in the past and present, affirmative and negative statements.
John is 70 years old. He is old. Is the present tense and it is used for now. John is 70 now in the present. He is old now. In the past, 60 years ago, John was 10 years old. He was young. Was is the past tense. John was 10 in the past or 60 years ago. He was young then at that moment in the past. Is the present tense. Was is the past tense. Let's look at the subject they. In the present tense, now or today, we say they are old. What is the past tense of they are? We say they were. In this example, they were young. Are is in the present tense. Were is in the past tense. Let's quickly look at to be in the simple present tense. I am happy. He is rich. She is a nurse. It is easy. We are early. You are at school. They are quiet. To be in the simple past tense is as follows. I was sad. He was poor. She was a student. It was difficult. We were late. You were at home. They were noisy. Let's practice. Change the following sentences into the past tense. He is hungry. He was hungry. It is cold. It was cold. They are musicians. They were musicians. She is sick. She He was sick. We are together. We were together. I am in the bathroom. I was in the bathroom. You are confused. You were confused. Susan is at home. Susan was at home. We use was because Susan is she. She was at home. Jack and Mike are angry. Jack and Mike.
So basically you had some examples related to the simple past of verb be. And here you will have another video tutorial related to the use of the simple past of verb be at the past, present, and future. And at the end, you will have another evaluated exercise. And this exercise goes for 2 points, and then you will have to attempt. If you fail in the first one, you will have the second attempt to make it better. Let's remember for those students who were not able to get joined to the Zoom meeting, there is always available every single Zoom meeting in this part in here. When you read the enlaces, so you're just basically gonna click on the session of the Zoom meeting that you missed, and it will take you out directly into the Zoom meeting that was recorded and uploaded to YouTube channel. Okay, so it's really important for you to enhance your knowledge. Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your participation. And let's remember, the more you practice, the better you get. Okay, thank you so much and have a great afternoon, everybody. Bye bye.